Hi guys, this is Tina. Welcome back to my channel. Thanks for viewing this video. If you have decided to go ahead and watch, there's a story that I'm going to talk about today, and the name of the girl is Tatiana Spitzner. It's a really sad story. It has to do with domestic violence. Well, the unfortunate end is that Tatiana is no longer alive. I've seen quite a few videos about her and about the story of her husband. So it's kind of like a really, it seemed like a great match. Like she was, this girl was from Brazil, and she was 29 years old, and she was an attorney. So she met a man, and he seemed ideal. They fell in love. They got married. Apparently, later on, he started becoming like super controlling of her, and also it got like to the point where I don't know if this happens. Like some people, like when they get in a relationship, like they just get so annoyed with one another. But it seems like it was worse than that, because there was parts of the video that says that he actually despises her, which I thought was actually like so mean. Like why would you even continue to stay with that person, this poor girl? So anyway, there is footage of there's actual video of when he commits the crime, and it's really sad because she gets out of her car, and they go out for the night, and then there some type of fight ensued, and so you see her in this video, like she's running away from him. She's running and she's running and she's running, and he catches her. And then once he catches her, and that she runs to the elevator, so she gets in the elevator, and then so he's kind of like got her subdued. You don't see like any like, I mean, I didn't hear any audio of it though, but it just seemed like he's holding on to her. And then at one point the elevator door opens, and she gets out. She tries to get out, and then he gets her and he pulls her back in. I mean, I wonder if she was like screaming bloody murder or something. I wish somebody, if that was the case, maybe somebody might have heard her cry for help. So apparently, this guy, he was abusing her before, and she was kind of quiet about it. I think she had one friend that she confided in with about this, about her personal relationship, but like she wasn't like out there, the type of person that's just gonna sit there and tell everyone their problems, obviously. So anyway, at the end of the video, like they end up getting off on a floor, and so then later there's footage of a body falling off a high-rise building. So obviously they were in a high-rise building. It wasn't. I don't think it was I think it was 40 feet up that she fell from. So there's footage that shows the actual body falling from the um, the balcony of an apartment above. And so the interesting part about it is that he had tried to say, like she did it or something like that. And after her autopsy was done, the people did. It's so heinous what he did. Like to even see how he tried to clean up after it. I mean, I'll show you the footage. I'm going to add it to this video, or maybe I'll be talking through it once I'm able to add it. But so then once you know, he goes outside and he gets her after, her coming off the balcony, and then he proceeds to bring her body back in, and then she brings it into the elevator, and then he brings it into the elevator, and then, she's obviously, not coherent. But anyways, so it's just amazing. So then some people did call 911 and report that they had saw a man do that. So he tried to say all this crap, about what happened, but um, after the autopsy was done, I guess from what the report said, and I'll leave the links to the reports down below, is that he was trying to say like she jumped or whatever, but the autopsy showed that she actually died before she ever hit the ground. So this was a case of domestic violence. This man was really violent towards her, and she was planning to get away from him, and he knew it. So I just thought it was an extremely harsh case of domestic violence. And I know sometimes it's really hard for some women to get out of those situations. And I think she was doing everything she could. I mean, she was actually a very smart young woman. You know, she had a lot going for her. And, she had hopes and dreams and of, a happy life with this man. And he ended up being, a terrorizer. So, it's just a real sad story. And I do see some things about on the internet. I'm not sure if it's talked about enough, just due to domestic violence, because it can often lead to being murdered. So, a spouse, you get close and sometimes there's fights and, things like that. But once things get physical or, or even emotional abuse is part of it. I was also watching a show about gaslighting, and gaslighting also is one of the signals. And gaslighting is where it's kind of like somebody subtly puts you down or belittles you often. And it's kind of done like in a subtle way. So it's kind of like you don't even notice it's happening to you until it's like already like really messed up your head. But yeah, it's just a real sad story. The good news is that the man, the last I read that he was in jail. I think he may have tried to commit suicide. I'm not sure. I'm going to go ahead and leave the links below to the whole story, and I'm going to try to make sure that I have some footage into this video so at least you can see her and see them. And like when you see this couple, you would obviously just probably like admire them rather than even know that something so bad was going to happen. But behind closed doors, again, I think I've said this before, no one really knows what goes on with two people. And oftentimes women are ashamed that they've allowed themselves to get into this situation, but if you're in that situation, it's just best to get away. What also one thing I did want to add here was that at the end of video, you know how some YouTube sometimes will play something after it plays another video. There was a group of men that were actually trying to get help for domestic violence. These Some of them were court appointed. Others were men that wanted to do it on their own because they realized how they were treating others and how their relationships were. And like it was like they would show, like, like this guy had a bad day at work and they would just come home and he would just, like, his boss would scream and yell at him as this, like a worse a person could talk to you. And then this person will go home and then take that very thing out onto their spouse. And I thought it was pretty interesting to see that there are some men that are actually willing to try to get themselves help. Sometimes I'm not saying for any woman to even try to stay with the man that may be abusing her, but all I'm saying is that there are some men out there that are willing to get themselves help. If I was in a situation, I would let the man get help, and I don't even know if I would give him another chance if he had done anything like that to me, as far as physical abuse. But yeah, this is just a really sad case, and I didn't mention the name of the husband. I don't really care to, because he is the person that took this poor girl's life. And she had everything, and how dare him. Like, it sickens me inside. I don't know. I hope this video does at least spark some interest in the content of the situations of domestic violence. I also know that during the pandemic, we had a lot of more cases of child abuse and domestic violence. Luckily, some of that's lifted, but there are a lot of people suffering. If you are one of those people, just look for your resources around you. In the meantime, I hope to see you in the next video, and thanks for joining me and giving me a little bit of time of your day. Please like and subscribe, or please subscribe or like my video, or both, whatever you'd like to do. All right, and take care. I will talk to you soon, guys. Bye bye.